Hey guys, we're back here at Culturally Prescribed. We're talking to one of our classmates today about what it's like to be a parent. I'm Robert Hammond.
I am Oladipupo Anibire. I go by Ladi.
Right, and I'm Roderick Emmanuel.
So that's a big feat. Well, that's like congratulations on building a family. So that's
Thank you.
that's the first start. So what is it like?
It definitely has its challenges, but I love it. I love it in the sense that I have a companion in the sense, which is my wife. It's always there for me to support me, and I have a daughter who is always happy to see me whenever I get home. When she's coming back from daycare, I'm not exaggerating. The first thing she asks her is, "Where is Daddy?" And that makes me happy that there's someone who's excited to see me after her 8-hour day, 9-hour day in daycare. So.
Yeah.
So it's a balance. There are some challenges to it, and there's also the beauty side of things.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you. How do you balance that, man? Like, I know you have to have a rigid schedule because I know for me, I don't have any responsibilities other than myself, and it's hard for me to balance med school. So I commend you for that, for one, and for two, how do you do it?
Yeah, so regarding the question of how do I balance it, honestly, it's impossible to have a balance, honestly. And frankly, I would say school takes up a lot of my time. School takes up a lot of my time. I do a lot of studying, we all do. And, there are times, so for example, we just got on with the neuro unit. So, we just got on with the neuro unit, and right about, so in the 8th week, right, that's when we had the exam. Mm-hmm. So right about from the 4th week or so, 4th or 5th week, I started studying like a little harder for the summative. Mm-hmm. So during, when it's getting close to exam, I go away from home, go to the library and go study, and leave them in the morning, come back late at night. Sometimes I come back and everybody's sleeping. Mm-hmm. And that can be kind of like sad because sometimes, when I wake up, Naomi is sleeping. Naomi is my daughter's name. And when I come back from studying, she's sleeping. Mm. So it takes a toll sometimes because you kind of miss out on those fun daddy-daughter moments and things like that. But I always tell myself, though, you can't get too sentimental. Mm. It's challenging, of course, but there is at the end of the day, you just have to keep on reminding yourself why you're doing all this. Yeah. Why are you studying 12, 14 hours a day and things like that? Why are you waking up in the morning, sleeping late at night?
So, you're talking about how your family is such like a treasure to you and you're happy to have them, and you kind of miss them. Are there some benefits that you're getting as a parent that we single people aren't getting? What's making it easier?
Many benefits. Let me start with
what?
Okay, I'm not the best cook. So I'm so blessed that I never have to worry about cooking. I never have to worry about cooking. My wife helps me in the kitchen. My wife helps me with, going out grocery shopping. So you guys have to go do grocery shopping.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how it sounds. Hopefully it doesn't sound bad to the audience, but I don't go grocery shopping. I'm fortunate to have a wife who goes to Sam's Club or whatever and go takes care of those things. Laundry, my wife helps me with it.
That's nice.
So again, I'm not saying I can't do laundry. Okay, my wife just helps me with it. She so just so I can focus on schoolwork. So she helps me with laundry, cooking. Those, for example, when I'm studying in the library, she'll bring food to me to campus. So unlike you guys will probably have to go back home, eat, probably then fall asleep because you got tired. Mm-hmm. I don't have to worry about those things. My wife helps me bring those things to campus when I'm studying really late. And like I said, you have a companion, not being married. I don't take it for granted because I won't say so many, but I know of people who want to get married, but for whatever reason, it's a struggle. Mm-hmm. To have a boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, whatever it is a struggle. So I have a companion who is there with me, who's been there with me before medical school, and she's gonna be there with me through medical school residency, every step of the way. And that's not something that a lot of people have the privilege, in my opinion, of of having.
Yeah.
So just me having that, it's a blessing. It's a blessing that I have someone who's going to be, when we get old, oh, remember back in first year and blah, 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 and I was stressing over these exams.
Yeah.
We'll always look back and do those throwback moments, as opposed to you having your throwback moments with yourself. Because there's no lady there that was there with you, when you were going through the struggle. So I have that person who's there with me every step of the way. And now, I think you asked me a question, and I probably didn't answer the question properly. And you asked me, what are some of these struggles? So there are times, for example, when I'm studying at home, and you can ignore. Well, I don't use the word ignore. When you're trying to study, of course, you don't want to be bothered with, maybe bothered is the wrong word, but you don't want to be disturbed or distracted by your daughter or son. And in my case, there are times when I'm studying and Naomi wants to play, and again, it's not like I don't want to play with her, but I just have something big going on. It's a quiz, it's an exam, and I'm like, Naomi, I'm so sorry. I'm sure he doesn't understand what I'm saying, but I'm just Naomi, not now, dad is studying, just, come back later.
I mean, you can give her cards and hold up different hormones.
Exactly. So she can
I'm just joking.
Flashcard holder.
And you see how she walks away. She's a little sad, and I feel bad. I feel bad when those things happen. But again, though, I'm here. The reason why I left Dallas, Texas, to Nashville, Tennessee, is to get my MD.
Yeah.
So, as much as I love family, as much as I love my wife, I love my daughter. We didn't pack our load from Dallas here just to have fun and play vacation. No, it's a business.
Yeah.
We're here for a business deal.
Yeah.
We're gonna seal the deal. Hopefully, 2023. If I take a year of 2024, and move on to the next step.
So that's really interesting. Coming from the great country that Texas is, what was it like? What was it like to come from that comfortable space and then saying, "Hey, we're going to disrupt our entire lives, and we're going to do this venture that's going to be very difficult, and it's going to take time away from me with the family"? What was that conversation like when you guys tried to make that decision to do that?
So, full disclaimer, I honestly didn't want to leave Texas.
Yeah.
When I was applying for medical school.
Totally get that.
I'll be lying to you if I said Tennessee is the dream state. Yeah. No. Sure. I was praying God, please, just give me one exception.
Anywhere.
I don't let it be in Rio Grande. It doesn't matter, just one. But nope, nothing came, and I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, I'm thankful. I'm at Meharry Medical College. I'm really grateful, but I think it's understandable for anybody watching why I want to be in Texas, where my parents are. I didn't have to pay for daycare in Texas. I never had to pay for daycare one day in Texas because I had family there. So having to leave that obviously comfort zone where I can go out with my wife at night, date nights and things like that, because we have someone to we have people to watch Naomi. Yeah. Here it's it's been almost 2 years, and my wife and I, we've never gone on a date night alone.
Oh wow!
It hasn't happened yet. With time we'll figure out something. But it goes back to this question you asked. It's we come from Texas where we have comfort, so we can do things. We can just leave Naomi at home with grandma, grandpa, and we'll be back. There's no grandma and grandpa here. They're 12-hour, 10-hour drive away from here. So. I mean, we were hoping that something opened up in Texas, but it didn't. But we're thankful, we're grateful we're here in Tennessee. It's been a blessing to be in Tennessee, honestly. So many good things has happened to us. We have a very good daycare, which Naomi goes to. My wife loves her job. I love my classmates. I mean that sincerely. My classmates are very supportive, very, very supportive, and so it's. And everything's happened for a reason. It might not make sense initially, why am I moving from Texas to Tennessee? Sure. But genuinely, it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing to be here.
Yeah. All right. So, Lottie, what do you do in your free time?
So, on my free time, I dedicate my free time to my family. As you know, being a medical student is very time consuming with academics. We spend a lot of time on the books. And for example, over the summer, I told myself I wasn't going to study. And for the most part, I will say I didn't, because I've sacrificed most of my first year dedicated to the books and everything. And I was like, okay, this is the one opportunity I have, because second year we have no summer. We have no summer break. So this is like the first and the last summer break we have. And we did a bunch of stuff. We went to Atlanta, took them to go see my friend in Indiana. It was just a nice time of, just being present with them. So it was nice. And once in a while, we go out to go have dinner as a family because again, we have no aunt, mom, dad here. So we always go out together when we go out and we come back home together.
Yeah. So how do you say no to your family? Like when you have all these responsibilities lined up and you're trying to prioritize, how do you tell your daughter no?
And she looks in your eyes and says, "Daddy,
yeah,
Daddy, please,
please."
With the little baby eyes. How do you say no to that, man?
Let's go play. Let's go play. Down.
It's never pleasant. It's never pleasant telling your wife, your daughter, oh no, you can't do something at a certain point, especially when they need it. But I always try making it up back to them. You get what I'm saying? So for example, they want to do something and I'm like, I'm just so busy with like schoolwork right now. I try making it up like after the exam. All right, so after the exam, there's really nothing at the moment. I'm free. We go flex, do whatever we want to do, and play with them as much as we can. I play with them as much as I can, but it's never easy. My daughter is my only child. It's not like I have like 10 million somewhere. You want to try your best to like make her happy. Just be there for her as much as you can. But as parents out there know, it's tough being a father, being a parent, and a full-time student or medical student. It's never an easy thing, but it's doable. For those people that are out there saying they don't want to have kids in medical school, I promise you, it is challenging. I would not lie to you. Okay, if I tell you that, oh my God, it's all rosy. No, it's not rosy. But I promise you, okay, if you have the right partner. All right, if you have the right partner who is like on the same wavelength as you, on the same page as you will make it work out. I guarantee you that, okay? So please don't let anybody discourage you to not have kids in medical school. If you want to do it, do it. And believe me, it will work out. So
you're saying it's tough, but because you chose the right partner, saying no isn't that difficult?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say like, okay, I guess the way I'll put it is my wife is so understanding that she knows the right time. My daughter obviously is so young, so she's not really aware that she just comes and asks me whatever she wants to ask whenever she wants. But Kenya knows that, okay, well, this guy has an exam coming up. It's getting close, like exam period. So she knows that, okay, these next 2 weeks or so are going to be like terrible times to ask him to do something. Mm-hmm. But at the beginning of the unit, for example, right now, we're just studying endocrine. Yeah. Things are not crazy, So if she wants to like, oh, let's go take a picture of this, let's go take a picture of them, I'm like, all right, sure. And if she needs something so bad during the exam period, I'm like, I'm sorry, but I promise you, after the exam, we'll make it work.
That's interesting. So she's kind of like in a synced schedule with you.
She's all, eventually when you've been with someone for so long, hopefully at least, you kind of know what, when to ask them something and when not to ask them for something. But yes, having the right partner, Rob, it makes a huge difference.
I see.
Girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, having that right person, I guarantee you, your life will be easier. You gotta do it right though, because divorce ain't cheap. Okay, it's gonna cost you a lot. So make sure you get the right person. If you think I'm lying, ask Dr. Dre. Okay.
Oh man, he's
Dr. Dre.
Yeah, that doctor is hurting right there.
He's hurting.
I got you. Yeah, for sure. Okay. All right. So you said you don't have 10 million kids, right?
At least I
I'll
probably have like 200 somewhere.
Okay. Wait a minute. Be careful now. How many? Do you want to have more kids and when?
Oh my goodness. I love kids.
Yeah.
I want to be, by God's grace, I want to be a pediatric surgeon. Hopefully, by God's grace, a pediatric neurosurgeon. Nice. I love kids a lot. And even though for medical school, believe me, I would have had like, 2, maybe 3 kids. My wife wants to have like 1 million kids, but I'm like, no, like 2, maybe 3 max. Okay. I would have probably had like all my kids by now. But, again, it's just, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough having another kid right now in medical school. I don't see myself doing it right now. Maybe during 4th year, when things are smooth sailing, I'm almost like at the finish line, then I might, do my thing. Yeah. But right now, I feel like it's not the right time.
Yeah.
But it's gonna happen though. I promise you that. Just be on the lookout. It's gonna be a boy. My next child is gonna be a boy.
Okay, now be careful. Be careful. You say it, and then something else comes.
It's gonna be a boy. A boy and a girl. It's a wrap. I'm done, Kenya.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm done.
Yeah. One thing that I saw, and I'm sure you being away from all of your people, it really multiplied this a lot. But when we went through the tornado, we're going through COVID right now. I know you didn't have power for the longest. Walk us through your mindset through going through these natural disasters, studying for school, and making sure that your family is taken care of. What was that like for you, man?
So that happened in March. The tornado. I can't remember the specific day, but I think it happened in March, and that was really challenging. But something, my dad's birthday is coming up. Something I learned from my dad is even when things are going south, like all hope is getting lost, my dad never panics. And I just, as a kid, that would always amaze me that everything is going south, everything's like about to get like messed up. And this guy is like still staying composed and everything. So during the tornado, I just had to like remember how calm my dad always was in the midst of chaos and in the midst of just a little bit of turbulence. And I just had to like remind myself that, okay, well, things are not well right now. There is no electricity. Actually, when the tornado happened, for the first night, we stayed at home. Because we were thinking that, there's a tornado, we don't have electricity, but maybe the following morning,
they'll have it.
Electricity didn't come. The following day, we're like, all right, well, we got to find plan B now. Yeah. And this is where classmates come in. I have a friend, Oyin, people call him Austin. Oyin was willing to let me and my wife and my daughter, and I'm forever grateful to you, Oyin. He was willing to let us stay in his apartment, Royal Towers. Wow, yeah. Then he went to go room with Imari. Oh, got you. Imari also lives in Royal Towers. So thank you to Imari for letting Oyin stay with you. And so that's where classmates come in. They supported me. They helped me out. Studying was honestly, I didn't study. Yeah. that week of the tornado, I was like, I'm not studying. Like it's just, my wife is very. She likes when things are stabilized and mellow. When things go a little like. When there's a little bit of turbulence, she worries a lot. Like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Blah blah blah. She was worried about a job because a job got destroyed. So I had to like be fully present with her during those times of the tornado, and that's why I couldn't study. Or that's why I didn't study. I had to make sure I was fully mentally there with her to support Naomi. Fortunately, Naomi's daycare didn't get destroyed because that would have been a struggle. Having to find another daycare. Yeah. I don't know whether anyone knows this, but Nashville has like when we first moved here, there's like a shortage or something like that of daycare. It was
nationally, right?
It's nationally.
There's not enough daycare. Yeah, I mean, particularly in Nashville, but nationally, there's not enough daycare options for parents. And even if you do find a good one, there's a waiting list or extremely expensive. Yeah. So
we called when we first got here to take Nashville. Can we sign up our daughter to this daycare? Oh, there's a waiting list. I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah. So when that tornado happened, I'm not gonna lie. One of the first things that came to my mind was, I hope that daycare is standing. That's what you guys were probably worried about that. Single guys like that. I'm not worried about daycare. But my mind was like, this daycare, please God, it's got to be standing. Drove by it. Fortunately, this daycare was still standing because. Having to find another daycare and having to like develop trust because you're leaving your child with somebody else for 8 normally goes around 7, comes back around 4, whatever amount of hours that is. I'm not good at math. So you're leaving your child with somebody else, so you're having to like develop that trust again with a new daycare person, man or woman. It's those are things that was going through my mind. My wife's job got destroyed, and there are people who lost their job during the tornado because having to like for my wife having to find another job, having to pay for daycare. Those are things that were running through my mind. That, oh my goodness, how are we gonna if Ken loses a job due to the tornado, or I think if they suspend a job, to rebuild the building, how are we gonna have to pay for this daycare and things like that? How are we gonna find another daycare? I was just thinking about all those things. In my mind, I was like, crap. But outside, I was like, it's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be
Kenya,
okay.
like Kenya, like it's gonna be fine. Don't
Yeah.
stress about it. But inside, I'm like, Lord Jesus,
Yeah.
what is this?
Gotcha.
All right. Well, Lottie, it was really great talking to you today. Really learned some good information about like what it's like to be a parent, because I had some preconceived notions about what it's like, but it sounds like there's some really good pros. Having a great support system.
Lots of pros. Like, for me, like I said, the main like struggle I have is just having sometimes to just kind of like just put my family to the side a little bit and focus on the academics. That for me is like it's a big struggle. But again, I'm here for business. You know, that's what I think about it. I left Texas to Tennessee to accomplish something. So I gotta do what I gotta do.
Okay. All right. Well. It was really good talking with you.
Appreciate you, man.
And that's kind of our interview with Lottie on what's it like to be a parent in medical school. Please comment, like, and subscribe to Closely Prescribed. We would love to hear what you think about and comments that you have about what we just talked about today. Okay, till next time. Bye.
Thank you.